On a broad scale, what is better, current anime or 90s, early 2000s anime? In my opinion, I think current anime is better. We have more classics that are 90s, 2000, but I personally can see several of the current anime surpassing if you take nostalgia out of it.
I'm old, so I'm leaning towards the 90s, 2000s, unfortunately. But I do like how today's anime is actually bringing more people into it now because, this was 20 years ago. We all got side-eyed for liking anime. But now they're like, I think like animes like Demon Slayer, My Hero Academia, all these like newer animes is drawing a lot of attention now. And a lot of people are picking up and watching it now. Now they're like, and they love the animation is a lot better than what it was back in, like back in the JoJo days, like early like JoJo days or Fist of the North Star days and that type of stuff. Even like One Piece earlier days, but like the animation looks so gorgeous. And I was never a big animation guy, but just even watching Demon Slayer when the sound Hashirama fought Upper Six,
Mhm.
and I even had to pause and I was like, yo, this shit is gorgeous. And like I said, I'm not a big like beautiful animation. I'm not really into all that, but I had to say like, God damn, like this is gorgeous. You know what I mean? So, but to me, I still like the older ones. I can't let the nostalgia go. I know I have to like put it to the side, but I just
Can't put nostalgia to the
I
side.
can't.
So I agree with you about like the new animation bringing a lot of people in. I think
Sure.
the stigma behind anime has gone away for the most part. Like a lot of, but
It's going down very much.
yeah, but growing up, like all my friends, we would rush home to watch Dragon Ball Z.
Absolutely.
Like, so this whole, everyone, you hear it a lot. Well, people hated me because I watched anime or they thought I was weird. No, you were weird because you were weird. Like,
Right.
like when I first met Jazz, I still had a Dragon Ball Z notebook. No, I'm sorry. When I first met her, I was in the Pokemon cards because we were young. But when we first got together, I had a Dragon Ball Z notebook. Nobody cared.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, my daughter was getting her hair done, and the girl that was doing her hair, her husband went to elementary school with me.
Okay.
And he was like, "Oh man, your dad was real into Pokemon." And like that's how he remembered me.
Right.
He was like, "Oh, he had this Pokemon card before anyone else had it." And as y'all know, I just rebought the card. But like he's like, yeah, so but I was never seen as weird. Like I still played sports, I still did
Right.
everything I needed to do. Like I didn't Naruto run down the hallway.
Yep.
So nobody judged me. I
There-
still took showers. Like
There were some people who did look down upon you if they found out you watched anime.
yeah, but I'm not.
But the main reason for it was because of those people that did Naruto run down the hallway
right.
and try to go Super Saiyan online while taking off
Right.
his shirt.
And I'm not saying nobody was judged for it. Of course people were, but I'm just saying like a lot of it you kind of brought on yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
A lot of it was
I
brought
wasn't
on
trying
yourself.
to turn Super Saiyan in the middle of class,
Yeah.
but as for, I usually got some anime on. I don't care, but but I will say this, and this may be controversial. I don't think a lot of old school anime would have survived in today's climate.
I agree.
Yeah.
But then the reverse of it, I don't know if a lot of new anime would have survived back then with the long breaks they take between seasons and stuff like that. You figure back then they had filler episodes, which everyone hate. You think of Bleach, like
Bleach
they
and
had
Naruto.
whole filler seasons.
Bleach and Naruto.
Yeah. To whereas now animes just go off for a year,
Which
3 years, and
What- I'm actually okay with because Naruto and Bleach destroyed the whole filler thing. And I know it wasn't, I guess it was more the production's fault, but still just, you be in the middle of a big war with Naruto, then it goes into a filler.
Yeah.
And you'd be like, what's going on here?
Yeah,
Right.
that was terrible. But part of it has to do with one,
I'm not going to say poor planning, but part of it is poor planning. You don't know what you're going to do if it becomes popular.
Right.
Because say Naruto, when it first was released, it wasn't done.
No.
So they didn't have a plan on what they were going to do as far as anime goes whenever they caught up to the manga.
Right.
But what I'm
So-
saying in that sense is in the past there was less access to all the resources we have now today. Like now we have like Facebook, you have the MAL, the My Anime List or whatever, and you know like, okay, this anime is coming out this day. This, like, I know Solo Leveling comes back January 5th or 4th. Like,
Right.
so I know to be on the lookout for that. Back in the day, we didn't have all of that. So if an anime went off for a year or two, you'd probably just forget all about it.
Yes and no. Because most shows, well, in my opinion, I don't think it would have been as long of breaks. But say they went on a season break where they, like most TV shows,
I can
hey,
understand a season
We're
break.
gone for 3 months, 6 months. All you got to do is start showing commercials a month before the season premiere. Interest is back.
Yeah.
Because,
But
like you said, we don't have the resources, but we're still watching the same channels. We're still watching Toonami.
right.
So Toonami shows a commercial, hey, new season of Dragon Ball Z's coming in a month.
Well,
Now you're hyped.
of course, I ain't talking about Dragon Ball Z. That was like the biggest thing.
Well, I just pulled
But
that
I'm
out.
just talking about like a regular anime. So like for me, Tower of God. It came on in like 2020 during the pandemic.
Right.
And then the new season just came back this year, like a couple weeks, like, a couple months ago.
Almost 5 years later.
Yeah. And you're like, what the hell? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
they wouldn't have been able to do that.
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying
Yeah.
in a sense. Or like My Hero. It's like what? It's like a year break in between the episodes.
Right.
You know
My
what I
Hero
mean?
usually
Like,
takes about a year, but
yeah.
I like the breaks because it allows them to get more
Further.
source material.
Right.
Like we've seen what happened in different situations where they ran out of source material. Naruto, Bleach did fillers. Full Metal Alchemist, the original one, just made up the rest of the story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They legit just like, you know what? We'll just take it from here and make up what
That's
we
why-
think's going to come next.
That's why Brotherhood is better though.
Yeah, because
what
it
I
was the original.
Exactly.
But the issue is a lot of stuff in Brotherhood that was covered in the original is sort of glossed over. Like the whole Shao Tucker thing. That was one episode in Brotherhood.
Mhm.
That was several
Mhm.
in the original.
Yeah.
You got time to learn exactly what's going on. It wasn't just a gloss over.
Mhm.
The whole thing with Yoki was barely even mentioned in Brotherhood. And that was covered in depth in the original.
Real quick, Shao Tucker did nothing wrong. And
Do
I
not-
am tired of
Don't
this stigma
start
that he is such a bad person. There was a thing the other day. It was 9 characters. It was like Shao,
Griffith.
Griffith,
Tired of him getting
uh,
too.
who else was it? Frieza, Gabby from Attack on Titan. There was a couple other people.
The girl from Shield Hero.
Yes.
Screw her.
Yeah,
Fuck
yeah.
her, yeah.
Her. And then it was like a bunch of people, and it was like, who are you forgiving? And Jazz right away was like, not Shao. I was like, he has the least amount of bodies on here. She was like, I'll forgive Frieza. I was like, Frieza blew up whole worlds.
Oh,
I was like, Frieza is a menace.
yeah.
I was like, this man, he has never killed anyone.
He technically didn't.
Scar killed Nina.
He's I never said he killed anyone.
Look.
Neither did Shield Mary Alona, or what is her name? No, Mary Alona is Black Clover.
Yeah,
Uh,
Marilona's the best chick in Black Clover. She beast.
Indeed. But no,
No.
Melty's her sister.
I don't know. I just know they call her
Bitch.
bitch. Yeah,
Whatever her name is, I can't remember. what it
I
is.
forget her name, but
But she never killed anyone technically.
I mean, she said he raped her, fake raped her. That's pretty bad. That's
And
high
the
up.
guy turned his dog and his daughter into a mixed combination.
Look,
Still pretty
it was-
bad.
it was- look, Here was
It was
it
not
was
for
a
no greater good.
look.
It's not for no greater good.
He thought he was going to lose his job, and
Uh,
he's like, I can't afford to feed both of y'all. y'all love each other.
A
so
a
let's-
job that he only got by doing that to his wife.
Picture if the IRS was on your ass. You'd be afraid too. The
No
whole
IRS
government,
on his ass.
the whole government was on his. It was the government.
There was no one on his ass before he did anything to his wife.
He had to provide.
He did nothing.
It was a recession. Dog
He
food
didn't-
and human food is expensive. So you like, I could just pick one.
He didn't want to be where he was. So he did what he had to do by any means necessary.
That
That is-
sounds like a success story to me.
No, that sounds like a step on those, and no. So you'll do the same thing to your wife and kids?
No,
Exactly.
but I'm not a scientist.
So if it'll make you the best fireman in the world, you
No.
set your kids on fire?
I don't care about that. No,
Exactly. You find other ways.
but you're first of all, this is an animation. This is a fake world. He did what he had to do.
He did what he felt he had to do.
I sacrificed myself for my family. He
He
did it the other way around.
Exactly.
He sacrificed his family.
So, in other words, he's selfish and
I don't even have a dog, so
doesn't. Well, your daughter's allergic. You shouldn't.
But Edward did the same thing pretty much.
No.
Yes.
What Edward did was to
No.
himself.
and his brother, Alphonse.
That was their risk. They knew they were taking a risk on themselves. They weren't sacrificing somebody else.
Look,
It's real easy to say, oh, they did the same thing. No, the blowback blew back on them.
all I'm saying is that he would be a hero in the furry community. Look, you want cat girls, you gotta break some eggs.
Moving on. Let's get back on topic because the whole Shao Tucker thing can last an entire episode.
But I do agree to a sense that there is a lot of new anime that I think, to me, Attack on Titan is one of my all-time favorite from beginning to end. So, and I think we do watch a lot of old school anime with rose-colored nostalgia glasses on.
Absolutely.
Like me, like I love Yu Yu Haka, one of my favorite of all time.
Still holds up well too.
Yeah.
Hakusho's great.
Yeah, so to me, it's always going to be in my top 3. I love Dragon Ball Z, but I can look at it and be like, wow, this really wasn't that good.
Dragon Ball Z is a GOAT pioneer anime.
Yes.
Yes.
It is terribly written.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, but when I watch it,
And people are going to be so mad at me for saying that. But the writing of it, the storytelling of it is not good.
but when I watch it, it still takes me back
To
to being that fourth grader running home to try to sit in front of the TV
Yes.
to catch it on Toonami. So that's how I watch it. But yes, it's not great at all writing wise. But I mean,
Pacing wise is absolutely atrocious. The pacing of Dragon Ball Z is atrocious.
I'm not disagreeing at all. That's why I'm saying that.
Now, let me just say, I am speaking to the anime, not the manga. So, all of you out there say, well, in the manga, I'm talking about the anime.
I'm gonna take you one further, and again, I'm not a Dragon Ball Z hater. I love it. Super was terrible. I'm sorry. Super
Super had its parts.
after
For overall.
Goku Black, Super was just it
Goku
felt like
Black
the writing went out the window.
was, in my opinion, the worst storyline.
I like Goku.
No.
Black, man. I
Yeah.
fuck with Goku Black.
I hate you so much that I'm going to become you.
Yeah.
If that's not stupidity in and of itself, I don't know what is.
Jealousy is a hell of a drug.
Yeah.
Pure jealousy.
I'm not upset of jealousy. I'm fine with jealousy, but saying I hate you, I don't like you that much that I'm going to become you. That makes no sense whatsoever.
I mean, you know what? I seen someone recently said it should have been Gohan Black. That would have been dope.
On black.
That would have been dope. But I mean, he took over essentially his body,
Yeah.
and because he was more powerful than him.
Yes, but
It's the same thing basically Captain Ginyu did. Like, you're too powerful. Switch bodies.
see, but it was different with Captain Ginyu because Captain Ginyu's like,
I said essentially. Like,
yeah, Ginyu was like, oh no, we can't have this. We change it because I don't like being weaker in this situation.
Look,
Right.
I'm just saying the Tournament of Power to me was really dumb, except for I get it. The slide up, Kamehameha was amazing.
That was one,
And it was
that
amazing to
was-
see. I get that. But I mean, the whole idea behind the Tournament of Power was just kind of like, here we go again. Another
Yeah,
tournament,
it's-
another.
Just to bring them all back.
Yeah. Like,
Dragon Ball Z.
make PyCon canon.
Yes, make canon. Dragon Ball Z has the burden of diminishing returns because the premise of it, what makes it great, is also its biggest weakness. Because what makes it great is through hard work you can achieve your goal, the next level. But as far as the anime goes, you already know what's going to happen at this point. Someone's going to pop up. They're going to be really strong. Goku's going to find the next level
Yeah.
and then beat him.
Well, I mean,
And then the Vegeta
It's-
stands
it's-
against
Android 17 was really the hero in the end.
Yeah, but I'm just saying in general.
Yeah.
That's the general guideline. Someone really strong shows up. Goku finds some new level,
You're forgetting
beats him.
Vegeta talks smack and gets beat up. And then, everyone's like, where's Goku? And then Goku shows up.
Yeah.
Gets a new hair color.
Yeah,
pretty
that's what I'm
much,
saying. It's just after so many hair colors, you just kind of become like,
Washman for Pete.
Yeah. Which is why, you know what I mean? You can look at, like I said, I look at Dragon Ball Z as still like that kid watching again. Because it's like, if I watch it and I want to like critique it as an adult, I'd be like, I don't want to watch this.
Right.
So I kind of like got to put on that, you know what I mean? That, oh man, I'm just remembering why I love this
Yeah.
when I watch it. But like Yu Yu Haka, I could watch. I throw it on right now.
Show is incredible.
Hunter x Hunter, throw it on right now. You know what I mean? Of course, I could always go back and watch any of the big three.
Yeah.
Except for the Full Bring arc. That was
Like,
awful.
have you rewatched Naruto fight? Like,
Fights, yes.
now? I mean, even though one of my top 10 favorite fights is from Naruto, but
Kakashi versus
absolutely.
yeah.
Kakashi versus
Absolutely.
Obito was one of the
But like
most beautiful fights I've ever seen.
the animation back then was like, I know it's been 20 years now, probably animation's better now, but just like I remember when they first showed the first big kind of did animation was the Rock Lee Gar fight. Which I think
Great
is probably
fight.
severely overrated, but just later.
Really?
Yeah, don't get me started on that damn fight.
Bro, come on. Rock Lee dropping the weights is when everyone was now hooked into Naruto.
Yes.
But as soon as you get to that moment, you're like, all right, I'm here for the long ride.
Well,
Like,
that was the big fight everyone watched because actually, when Naruto first came over here, people got it imported over here. Like it wasn't even on TV yet. Like my friend Matt had it on DVD, but it was all like it was in Japanese.
I remember
So-
going on streaming sites to find anime.
Yeah, when YouTube got big, when YouTube started getting big, that's when he was able to watch it on there. But that was the first fight everyone saw. And that was like episode like 48. That
Okay.
wasn't even like, so you didn't even see like the Zabuza. No one knew about the Zabuza fight. Like, you know what I mean? And obviously when he, like,
The Zabuza fight was overrated.
really?
Yes. Everyone hypes that fight up like it was great. It was good.
It
was not
decent.
great.
Yeah, it was decent.
Like
I mean-
everyone hypes it up like it was like it's up there with the Rock Lee Gara.
Gar.
They hype it up like it's up there with Rock Lee and what's his name, the sick guy where he
Kimimaro.
Kimimaro.
I think that fight was better than the Gar fight, the drunk boxing.
It didn't last long enough.
It didn't last long, and but Kilby was everyone just loved the Rock Lee. Everyone, if you know, but everyone knows I hate Rock Lee, but everyone was like, he did a great job, but he lost both fights. He lost both fights.
Okay, semantics.
But still, I mean,
That don't make
no,
that
we
don't
go to
mean
kill
he's
him.
any less lovable.
I mean, it was cool.
He's out here boxing with superpowered gods, and he is boxing with them. Like,
He put
He's
put
straight
Sasuke
head.
in a blender.
yeah,
Oh, we don't like.
so much that Sasuke had to then steal his move.
Yeah, I know. He was terrible at it.
Sasuke is my least favorite character besides Tenten. So and Kiba. Then it's Sasuke. I mean, they're useless.
I like Kiba better than Tenten.
Yeah, I have to agree with Malik on that one. They could
only because of Akamaru.
I don't care. Still better than Tenten. Tenten is useless.
I'm not gonna fight for Tenten.
But overall, like you said, like I still like the nostalgic side of it though. But I do like how like a lot of the new anime take a lot from that stuff.
Yes.
From back then. Like,
Yes, they pay homage.
big time.
But I'm going to say current anime is better on a whole scale.
There's no fillers.
No fillers is part of it. The pacing is my biggest thing. The pacing is so much better now.
I can agree with that 100%.
Like
Absolutely.
because I'm sorry, you love One Piece. What is his name again? Oh,
Into?
no, the dude, the fucking big fight with Big Mom's son.
Katakuri.
The Katakuri fight was like 25 episodes.
I'm pretty sure it was like 40.
I looked it up.
I
looked it up. I think it was
21.
I'm just joking.
Yeah.
Like, why? And then they stop and take a break, go eat some cake. Like, what? That's terrible. That pacing is absolutely horrendous.
So
Dragon Ball Z, the pacing is terrible. There was whole episodes of just someone charging up.
So with One Piece, the problem is that they do one episode per one manga issue. And that is the problem with their pacing, which is why they are re-releasing it. And they was like, now it'll take like 100 episodes to get the Water 7 versus
It was like 220 or something.
Yeah. Because
That's the problem with the anime.
But it's,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. We so to me, I love One Piece. I don't care. But
I like One Piece.
that is why, because they're trying to do one for one, which you figure most animes, they do like 5 issues of a manga to one episode. And One Piece is like one for one. So they have to stretch everything out to make it equal that 20
and that's
plus minutes that they need.
I'm sorry, that's a stupid decision on the animator, on the studios.
Well, again, back in the day, they didn't have those breaks to where you can just be like, we're not gonna, they had to, so it was either fillers or stretch it out. And they chose to stretch it out, which to me is still better than fillers.
Yeah.
Like, you've never seen the full bring arc of Bleach, have you?
No.
It is awful.
yeah.
And Bleach is a great anime, but the full bring arc is terrible because they had, and then, you like you said, you'd be in the middle of a fight, like Ichigo and Aizen going at it, then all of a sudden it's like, what's this?
Yeah.
Who is that?
It says nothing.
Where are we?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I remember that in Naruto.
so
Did that Naruto. But,
Yeah.
but remember the thing
that
about
damn swing. I got so tired of that damn swing
But-
in Naruto.
the thing about One Piece, you have to
It was
remember.
pivotal.
I agree with you with the whole how they dragged out the Katakuri fight because it was very similar to the Lucci fight.
The Luffy fight was drawn out. The
But
Katakuri
the
fight
Lucci
was
fight was
drawn
better,
out.
though.
The Doflamingo fight was drawn out. They were
I don't
all.
think
Daffy
they-
fight was dope.
Yeah, it wasn't. I don't think that was.
It was drawn out. It was.
Kaido one was drawn out.
Yeah, that was.
I
Yeah,
didn't get that far. I stopped
That
watching
whole
right
arc
after
was
the
really
first
long.
Kaido fight.
But remember, One Piece is more about the moment opposed to the fight. But the fights
Oh,
were great in One
it's
Piece.
the journey. It's
the
not.
journey.
you know,
Yeah.
I enjoy that's one thing I will say about One Piece. I don't give a damn about any fight. I love every single moment of the journey.
Yeah, it's the journey and it's the moments.
I mean, I'll say this: the animation is so much better now since the 1000th episode.
I don't want to hear
Oh
nothing
my
about,
goodness, it's
the
beautiful.
information stinks. I
No,
don't
it's-
hear that
it's
anymore. You
beautiful.
can't use that anymore. You can't use that excuse anymore. It stinks. No. The animation is fine.
His when he first punched Kaido was beautiful.
Mhm.
Was it the I forgot the name of the punch?
It wasn't Grizzly Magnum. Or the King Kong one.
I think it was Grizzly.
Grizzly.
It was one of them. But yeah, I mean it's beautifully done now. So I mean, but they are re-releasing it,
Right.
to update everything.
And
So now it won't take, you won't now, since they're so far along, they can release it and be like, okay, well, now we know how this fight goes. We don't have to stretch this fight out 20 episodes while Oda's still writing it.
Right. And I
So-
think what also helps today in anime too is people have access to read the mangas. Because you know, you don't have to sit there and wait for the anime to come out because people, you know,
Right.
you got the manga, but it's like a gift and a curse because you have those trolls online that will spoil everything for you, unfortunately.
Of course.
I-
So like, even though I own Demon Slayer, the whole manga box set, but every time like they show something on Facebook about Demon Slayer, they're just spoiling the hell out of it. Like, so I always recommend don't even go on there.
Oh yeah, I never pay attention
They
to
just
this stuff. Not to go to even
not
Discords or
yeah, because I go there just to see like what they're saying, and what they're saying is 100% accurate. I'm just like,
I avoid that stuff all.
Yeah.
all
Yeah,
the
so
time.
do I.
don't want to be spoiled.
right,
Even when I'm at work and the episode comes on, like,
Yeah.
you know, me and Jazz know not to
Yeah.
go on Facebook till I get home.
right.
Because, you know, even like the band group, they just want to right away just spoiler. And I'd be like,
Yeah.
dude, the episode just came out. Can you give people a chance to watch it?
Right.
Yeah.
You know,
Unfortunately,
so-
the times that we live in with social media, like, because I used to spoil shit back in the day. I did, you know, especially like when one of my favorite characters died in the show. Like, I want to talk about it immediately, but I, you know, but the world we live in now, it's kind of like, you know, like always. Hopefully, like when you go to a Facebook page, they have like a thread for it so you can talk about it in there, so you can, you know, avoid people just writing on the wall like, oh, they killed so and so. You know what I mean? But
You remember I spoiled Star Wars and like people were sending me death threats?
yeah, because like one of them.
I didn't know it was a real
I
spoiler.
didn't send you a death threat.
I didn't know it was a real. I never watched them. I didn't know it was a real thing.
Yeah, it was a picture with Han Solo getting
Yeah.
stabbed by a stun, and I was like, because my cousin was mad at you. He's like, that dude ran into the world, and I was like, maybe it's not real. And then, of course, I went to go see it. I was like, damn.
Hey, my one friend, like, he stopped talking to me. It's like, because he was so pissed. And I was like, I just thought it was a joke. I didn't know it was real. I was like, it makes it better that it was real because people were
You
pissed.
got the reaction. Because it was a character everyone loved. It was like,
Oh,
it was a
man.
character everybody loved. So, you know, but.
Like, I literally had a friend that was like, I'm going to go see Avengers on opening day so I can spoil it for you. And I was like, okay.
I actually, when that happened, I actually logged off social media for like 4 days.
Yeah, I remember you did.
Yeah, because I couldn't get the tickets because they were all sold out. So I'll just get it Monday. I knew everyone was gonna stay by Saturday, so I got it on Monday, and I was just like, you know what? I made a little page on Facebook, like, hey, look, if you want to talk about this movie, you do it in this thread, and don't, you know what I mean? And I went Monday, you know, I went like the Monday to see it, whatever, and then that's how I do if I really wanted to see something. 'Cause I knew how big Infinity War and Endgame was, you know, was going to be, and
Yeah,
you know, so.
there was some dude that was like, you can meet me in the parking lot. I'm like, okay, you're a Star Wars nerd. I'm not afraid of you. Like, sure, just tell me when and where. Like,
Don't get it twisted. Some nerds can fight, man.
whatever, man. I can fight. I don't care. So, anything else about old school versus new school?
So
anime?
what did you pick, actually? You said you're kind of like on the 50-50
I think I'm leaning towards new school anime.
new school with him.
There's so many new animes I love.
Yeah.
The problem with a lot of the new school is they blow up and become popular.
Yeah.
And then I feel like the animators are just like, oh, we don't care anymore, and then the quality just drops.
I agree.
Blue Lock is a big one of that. Like, I love, first of all, Blue Lock got me watching soccer. I watched the World Cup because I was like, oh my god, I was like, this.
You had me watching volleyball.
Yeah, and then like this most recent season of Blue Lock, like, to me the story is still amazing. So I'm still invested, but like the animation, it's just a lot of like clip art. It seems like they'll just show a person and then it'll be like for like 30 seconds. It's just like that person,
Right.
and it's like not moving or doing anything. Like you
Oh,
hardly ever
that's
see
terrible.
you hardly ever see them run, and you know. So, and I just think it's happening, and I want to say it's the studios, how they're pushing their animators and how they like treat them and these
Yeah.
ridiculous deadlines.
Right.
But I think some animator came out about Blue Lock and was like, no, we gave them a bunch of beautiful work, and they were just like, no, like, we're not going to use that, and didn't, I guess, want to pay for it. The studio didn't want to pay for it or whatever
Yeah.
it is. So, but I think that is a big thing that hurts a lot of the new anime. Like, even like I said, Tower of God, like, it had this like real specific art style for the first
Right.
season. It was great. And 4 years later, it comes back. Now it just looks like any other regular anime.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, so I think that could hurt it. But I just think if I'm thinking like new versus old, I probably prefer a lot of the newer animes. So
Yeah, my favorites are always still like most of my favorites are old school.
Mm,
Like my top ones are old school,
right.
but just quality wise, I think new school just gives better quality currently. And I can
Okay.
foresee if you get a title that has like a long standing, like Attack on Titan's there already, where you have this, it's long enough to be considered like a great, like it's not a, like just to throw an anime out there, Buddy Daddies, which was literally a 1 season anime.
Right.
There is no season 2.
I think that was too close to
Spy Family.
Spy Family.
I still enjoyed it though.
No, I enjoyed Buddy Daddies too, but I just think it was just too, because it came out around the same time,
came
and
out
it was
around
just
the same
like,
time.
Spy Family, of course, was the bigger
Yeah.
anime.
But like, so even though Buddy Daddies is good, it's too short to really make any kind of mark. But some of these longer ones, that Attack on Titan, I could see. At one point I could see My Hero, but the fall off on that one's been big.
Well,
think-
they're
yeah, I
about
think-
to do the final season.
Well, I think Demon Slayer really hurt them too.
I don't know. I'm talking about a lot of people don't like where the story's going in My Hero.
First of all, the anime community, what I've learned is they just like to be angry for no reason. It doesn't matter what it is. I wish you MFers never learn the word mid. I am so sick of it's mid, it's mid, it's mid, it's mid, it's mid. Everything is mid.
Like that Kendrick album.
Shut up. Damn Drake fans. anyway, like I'm so like everything. It doesn't matter how great it is. Every single thing is mid. There's always going to be a person. It's mid. It's mid. It's mid. It's not cool to hate popular things. It doesn't make you cool.
There's someone that always wants to be the contrarian. Just
Absolutely.
leave them be.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, like, but they are about to do the final season of My Hero, and then My Hero Vigilante starts next year too.
Oh, they're doing an anime of Vigilantes.
Mm-hmm. It comes out. It comes out first, and then the last season starts like a couple months later.
Oh, I did not know
So
that.
yeah. I don't know if you read Vigilantes.
I read a little bit.
Yeah.
Not much.
I don't know too much about it, so I haven't. I'm all I care about right now is Solo Leveling.
So it's good.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah,
But,
y'all ain't even see nothing yet. Like Jim Woo just getting started.
But yeah, I can definitely foresee anime like Naruto and Dragon Ball Z being passed up.
Oh yeah.
Should just be like Demon Slayer. I don't know if it's going to be long enough.
I think there's less forgiveness now for when they mess up too than in the past. Like I feel like if you messed up in the past, they were like, not like a Full Metal. Like you said, the first one was like they just made up the story, and you're kind of like, it wasn't bad, but it was like, but then there was like, okay, let's do it again. Like I feel like you don't get that in today's world. Like you get one shot. If it's not great, it's like forget it.
I don't think that's true, because there's a lot of people clamoring for people to remake some of the anime that didn't.
Like look at God of High School. We'll probably never get another one of that. And
They fumbled God of High
okay,
They did.
so
They did.
to me, the animation was just fine until
story-
I read the manga.
The
Once I read the
story
manga, I
was
was like,
terrible.
oh my God, did they fumble this?
They fucked up the pacing in the completely opposite direction of old school anime. They went too fast.
Yeah. And then they changed the story, like how the tournament really worked and everything. I've read a lot of that manga or that manhwa, however you say it. And
Oh, yeah.
it's amazing. And I'm like, I really wish they would redo this, but I know they're not going to give us another chance at it. I don't think.
Right.
All you need is someone with enough money to take enough interest in it, and it can be done. It's just a matter of a company willing to take the risk.
Mhm.
Yeah, everybody wants to take the safe route.
Yeah.
They're so
Yeah, it's just
to
safe route.
lose money.